Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Ask Me Monday. My name is Derek from Simnett Nutrition, and today we're at a very special location. I've taken us to Englishman River Falls Provincial Park here in Arrington, British Columbia, which is very close to Parksville, BC on Vancouver Island. It is such a beautiful place, guys. I'm so lucky to have this so close, and I'm really happy to be able to share it with you guys. So while I answer the questions today for Ask Me Monday, I'm gonna be walking around showing you guys some beautiful nature, just hanging out with you guys as we usually do for these Ask Me Mondays. Wait. Did we forget something? That's what it was. So last week I did a live Q&A for Ask Me Mondays, and that was super fun. You guys really enjoyed it. It went for like over an hour, so I'm definitely gonna have to do more. There were so many questions, so many that I couldn't get to, but it was really fun. Crystal and I both had a really good time. So we'll definitely be doing more of those. But I'll definitely try and make it so that the time works with people who live in like the UK and that part of the world rather than just for people that live in North America, because I know it was in the middle of the night for a lot of you guys. I'm thinking of doing it at around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that would be at around 1 o'clock Eastern Time and about 6 o'clock London time. So let me know if you think that would work okay for you guys. So you guys saw that beautiful waterfall in the introduction, and it's just over there. It's super loud. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but I don't want it to be like really terrible audio. So I'm gonna walk a little bit further away before I start answering some questions. But I just wanted to stop here to go down this path. I've been down here before with Crystal, and it is just so neat down here. So the falls come from up there, hard to see. You can just see that bridge though up there that I came across. Falls just come down there. Woo. Woo. Beautiful. All right, so I have to apologize. I didn't get any uploads up this weekend. I really wanted to have something awesome up for you guys, and I filmed one video and I wasn't that happy with it. And to be honest with you guys, I've been going through a bit of stuff lately, and my health is fine. My relationship with Crystal is great. My family's health is good. Everything's good there. It's mostly just sort of in my head kind of stuff. We all go through it every once in a while. I don't want you guys to worry about me. I just wanted to let you know. That's why the content hasn't been quite as consistent lately as I would like it to be. But I'm feeling better now. I'm back on track. Things should be good. And I have so many ideas for upcoming videos. I'm super excited for this summer. And check out this old growth tree up here. Both of these, it's incredible. Wow. Yeah, but honestly, don't worry about me, guys. Everything is okay. I just had to work through some stuff. It happens to all of us. Even me. You guys are always like, how do you stay so positive and up and everything all the time? And it's like, I just am not all the time. I'm happy a good percentage of the time, but some days I don't have great days. Some weeks I don't have great weeks, and I don't pick up my camera during those times and put my face in front of it so you guys don't see when I'm not feeling the best. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I didn't want you guys to think that like I wasn't taking this seriously or I didn't care anymore or anything like that. I'm so crazy committed to this, and I want to just keep putting out better and better content all the time for you guys. And I know if I'm not feeling 110%, I'm not going to put out content that I like and that is 110%, and I won't be motivated to edit it, and I won't be proud of it to put it up to you guys. But I got through it. We're learning about ourselves all the time. Every battle makes us a little stronger. Let's get started with these questions, guys. Man, why do they have to tempt me like this? All right, so the first question today comes from Michael Nguyen. Hey Derek, you have a setup outside, still use a gym. Does this have to do with the fact that it's convenient and it just sucks to work outside? I ask because I'm struggling to use my rings outside and considering getting back to the gym. Is this normal? All right, let's go check out these steep cliffs and I'll answer that question. Okay, yeah, I'd call those steep cliffs. All right, so why do I still go to the gym when I have all the stuff I need to work out at home? I've kind of touched on this question, I think, before, but by doing these Ask Me Mondays, I'm definitely gonna like overlap a little bit, so hear me out, guys. I will. This lady was like, be careful. And yeah, she's probably right. I should be careful. Okay, so here's the thing. When I started working out, I worked out at home, outside, almost all the time. I had a covered area that was covered from the rain. That's a big deal here on the Pacific Northwest because it rains a lot of the year, especially in the winter. And it's all I had access to. I'd never really been to a gym much. I didn't really like the idea of it. I was really like budget conscious at the time, so I didn't want to be spending $30 or $40 a month on a gym membership when I knew I could just work out outside. And I was like super gung-ho on making gains. So I just get up every morning and just smash it, no questions asked. So fast forward a few years and here I am in Parksville, and I didn't have the same setup to work out as I used to. And there was a gym close by, it was super cheap. So I got a membership there, started working out a bit at home, a bit at the gym, and I still do that. I work out a little bit at home, but I do work out mostly at the gym. And I find that when I go there, I can just be like really focused in and out in an hour and a half or whatever. Because now that I work from home, it's like there's always work to be done. So sometimes I find myself, you know, checking email too much or caught up answering questions on, you know, my YouTube comments or something like that. So one of the reasons is just because I know that if I go there, I have a job to do and that's all I'm gonna do. And another reason is because they have different equipment there that I like to use. It's fun to just like change it up. So those are the main reasons. But one thing that I have found, and you're not crazy to think this, it's definitely hard sometimes to stay motivated to work out really hard at home. But one thing that I have found that helps is to create like big circuits and big supersets. So don't just do like 3 sets of one exercise and 10 reps and then move on to the next one, because it's gonna be way too boring for at-home workouts, at least in my opinion. What I find works is I'll get like maybe 3 to 5 movements that I really wanna do. Let's just say like push-ups, dips, and then like a core movement, let's say mountain climbers, and then overhead presses. And I will just create that little circuit, and then I'll just go through that for like 30 minutes. I'll just keep doing those exercises over and over and over again, trying to, you know, not waste too much time in between them, keep my heart rate up, and then I'll create like another little superset or little circuit that I'll do, and I find that really effective when I'm at home. But it's definitely normal to have trouble like staying motivated for home workouts. I totally understand that, and you're not alone, because a lot of us struggle with that. So yeah, I don't know, just changing it up, and also like working towards skills I find is really helpful as well. If you're just like working out just for whatever reason, that might not be motivation enough. So for me, it was like, I want to learn the front lever, so I started to take the steps towards the front lever. I want to learn the muscle up, so I started to learn progressions towards the muscle up, rather than just like, okay, I'm just gonna try and get better at pull-ups. No, I had like a goal in mind. So hopefully that helps you. Really good question. And I should be working out outside a lot more, and I'm going to this summer. So you guys will be seeing lots of outdoor workouts and lots more ring workouts, because I gotta get on those rings more. I swear, if there's one piece of equipment that is like the most beneficial, the most versatile, the cheapest, the easiest to set up somewhere, if you have something overhead, rings. All right, next question. This is a neat little outcropping here. They fenced it off though, they don't want you to go that way. I'm tempted, but not gonna do it. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, it was like winter in Canada and it's cold. Warm enough to work out outside on the west coast here, but definitely on the east coast, it's way too cold. Christopher, 1985er. I'm guessing he was born in 85. Dude, we're like the same age almost. And I almost fell. Okay. Christopher, 1985er, asks, do you use organic produce? The amount of pesticides you're putting into your body, you're most likely going to get cancer one day, don't you think? Wow, okay. Not that nice of a question. Okay, so Christopher, first of all, most of the produce that we use is organic. We buy whatever we can organic if it makes sense, if it's available, if it's affordable. We do buy some non-organic food, but most of what we buy is organic. However, even if it wasn't organic, and you can't afford organic, or you can't find where you live, eating pesticide sprayed whole foods is still the best option. I mean, what are your other options, right? I mean, of course, other than like growing food and blah, blah, blah. But what else are you going to eat, right? So we have other options. We have processed food, non-organic processed food, let's say. That food has been sprayed, then it has been milled down, dehydrated, fiber's been removed, oil's been added, sugar's been added, salt has been added, preservatives maybe, it's been packaged, it's been boxed, but the pesticides are still in there. But the nutrients aren't. The nutrients that will help our body buffer the negative effects from those pesticides are no longer in that food, but you're still getting the pesticides. Okay, so what's our other option? Well, we could eat like just meat and cheese and eggs, you know, because they don't spray those cows with pesticides. Well, they actually spray the fields like crazy. They spray the grain crops, they spray the soy crops that they feed those animals. And you don't think that those chemicals bioaccumulate in their body, and then when we eat their flesh, if we eat their flesh, that we don't then absorb those chemicals? So yeah, I remember listening to a podcast with Dr. Greger And Rich Roll, I know. It was like, I thought all the stars had aligned when I saw that come up. There's actually 2 of them. But he talks about this, and I'll put a clip in here so you guys can listen to what he says about it.
So basically, the kind of the bottom line that comes out of this is that choose organic whenever you can, but we should never let fear of pesticides, for example, limit our consumption of as many fruits and vegetables.
Right, it's not an argument to not eat fruits and vegetables.
Even if you just had the most contaminated Chilean imported grapes and bell peppers and it would still benefit your health. So in fact, so there was a study. There's this kind of a computer modeling study in food and chemical toxicology a few years ago. That suggested that if just half the population ate a single more serving of fruits and vegetables a day, it would prevent every year 20,000 cancer deaths. Not 20,000 cases of cancer, but 20,000 cancer deaths if just half the population one more serving of fruits and vegetables. But because the modeling was on conventional fruits and vegetables, that added pesticide load in the American population would cause 10 cancer deaths. So overall, if we did this, it would just prevent 19,990 cancer deaths, right? So we get this huge benefit, but also this tiny bump in risk. But the huge benefit far outweighs the risk. But hey, why accept any risk at all when you can get all benefit, no risk by choosing organic? And so certainly I encourage people to do so, but we should be stuffing our face with as many fruits and vegetables as possible, regardless of the source.
So there you go. I would say, of course, organic is going to be best, but whole foods for the win every single time. Don't go into the store and be scared because you think that a tomato is GMO, or you think that your cucumber might have been sprayed or whatever, and then just throw up your arms and go buy like Chef Boyardee. No, get those whole foods in ya, eat them, enjoy them, make delicious recipes, get healthier. That's how you do it, guys. Sam Marco, just subscribed, but been watching your videos for a while. Dude, why did it take you so long to subscribe? Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified. Come on, guys. Let's get to 200,000K. I will be so happy if I get there. I had no idea that this channel was gonna grow like that. I'm still blown away by it all. And that Ask Me Monday that I did that was live, I couldn't believe how many questions were just like popping up. How many of you guys were in the chat? It was incredible. I felt so warm and so appreciated, and it was just incredible. Anyways, back to the question. I appreciate your positive attitude and like your videos. I have one question for you. What are your thoughts on Stevia? I definitely don't like artificial sweeteners, but since Stevia is all natural, I'm curious if you ever considered using it, or if not, why? Thanks. Okay, so Stevia. Yes, Stevia comes from a plant. It is mostly natural, but there's definitely a process that it goes through in order to turn a green leaf into a white powder. But if you've ever tasted the Stevia leaf, it is super sweet and it tastes just like that powder does. So as far as I know, it's safe, up to a certain amount, of course. There's gonna be like a dangerous amount of anything that you can eat, but if you are consuming like a pre-workout product with a bit of stevia in it, protein powder, and then maybe something else throughout the day, you're not gonna reach that sort of harmful level of stevia by consuming that. You would have to be eating a lot of it to get to the level where they've deemed unsafe. So do I use spirulina? Yeah, every day. It's in my protein powder. It is in the Vivo Life Perform protein powder. And I don't generally like the taste of stevia on its own or to sweeten things when you add it, like in tea, or if I was going to make like bars or something like that, I would just rather use dates or maple syrup if I didn't want fiber in it for whatever reason. But I don't love the taste of stevia, but I don't seem to mind it in protein powders and in supplements. It's kind of a necessary evil. So if they were to add like a regular sweetener like rice syrup or just sugar, cane sugar or whatever, the carb count and the sugar count would be so high on these protein powders that nobody would ever buy them. I mean, everyone's so scared of carbs anyways. So I think it's probably the only option that they have right now. Monk fruit is another really good sweetener, but it's like quite expensive. So I don't know why more companies don't use it. I guess probably that. Bit of stevia in your protein powder, nah, probably not the worst thing we're ingesting. All right, so next question comes from Phil Burbrink. Great stuff, keep up the good work. Next Monday's question: what is your guilty pleasure when it comes to food? Non-dairy ice cream helps me when I need to fulfill that sweet tooth. How about you? Thanks. Man, I am dessert and sweet tooth crazy. I love all that stuff. I try not to eat it because once my taste buds get a taste for that stuff, I just can't stop. So I try not to have too much of it, but I definitely love vegan ice creams like Coconut Bliss. You know, those ice creams, they're so damn good. But a real weak spot for me is actually chocolate. I love chocolate. I can't stop eating it if it's in the house. If I know it's in the house, it's just like, it's like a little worm in my brain going, oh, you know, there's chocolate in the cupboard right here. There's chocolate in case you're hungry, just shut up. But yeah, I like good dark chocolate. I'll have milk chocolate if it's around. Of course, vegan milk chocolate, so coconut milk or whatever. But yeah, I like dark chocolate, somewhere around 70%. So good. And then you guys know anything with peanut butter on it. Ooh, vegan cookies are really good too. Oh man. Oh, and Crystal bought me these like sour gummy worms a couple weeks ago for Valentine's Day. It really surprised me that she bought those for me. I hadn't had like candy in years, but it was unbelievable. Vegan, of course, no gelatin in it. So yeah, that's probably it. Oh wow. Look at this, I found like a little underground little cave here. Oh, I just got my foot in so much mud. All right, I've got like 4 questions left, so I think I'm going to turn around and head back that way and answer the rest of them. Oh, there's a woodpecker. Let me see if I can show you guys. You can hear him. Oh, so slow at zooming. You can see him right there, right in the middle of the screen. It's just a little guy. Let's see if he'll talk to me. Nope, okay. All right, next one comes from Nicole Fordham. Any tips on beginners calisthenics? I've really been thinking about adding it into my training. All thanks to you. Yeah. So yeah, I love that. I love hearing that people are inspired to get into calisthenics and bodyweight fitness because of me. I definitely combine weight training and bodyweight fitness, and I think that that's a really powerful combination. But I think everybody should start incorporating some calisthenics into their workouts. So how do you start? Well, the thing is, calisthenics can be very difficult, but the nice thing about it is there's lots of different ways that you can do the movements to make them easier. So, you know, I've said this so many times, but like rather than doing just a straight like pull-up on a pull-up bar, if you can't do that, go to the pull-up bar and jump up and hang and let yourself down slowly. And if you can't do that, then find a bar that's lower or set up like a squat bar or use the Smith machine where the bar's around like waist height. Anchor your heels on the ground, lean back, and do pull-ups like that. They're called Australian rows. And then push-ups. It's like everybody should be doing push-ups. I never see anybody in the gym doing push-ups. And at the end of my chest day, I'm just sitting there banging them out until I am dead in a puddle on the floor. And I think they're super effective. Like there's so many different ways that you can kind of like move your body, move your hands to target different areas of your chest, of your shoulders, of your triceps. It's just so amazing and functional stuff, which is really cool. So with push-ups, if you can't do like a full push-up, do a modified push-up. I know some people call them girl push-ups. I don't like calling them that because I do them myself at the end of my workouts when I can't do any more full push-ups. Or first I'll start with my legs raised actually, and then I'll do inverted push-ups. Then I'll go down and do some flat push-ups, and then I might do them with my hands raised on a bench or just like my knees on the ground in the modified push-up position. So just start doing some easier transitions and then work your way up to the more difficult ones. But as far as like, yes, starting calisthenics, just start. Like just incorporate one exercise this week. Say I'm going to do modified push-ups and I'm gonna try and do as many as I can. Or whatever you want to try, but just start. Okay, so there was this girl in our gym about a month ago and she saw me doing like pull-ups and front levers and stuff. And I saw her kind of looking at me and she was like, I could never do that. And I was like, well, you don't ever have to do that. And she's like, well, how would I even start? And I'm like, well, can you do a pull-up? And she said she'd never tried. And I was like, well, try. And she got to the bar and she couldn't do it. And she was like discouraged. And I said, don't worry, it's hard. I said, just do what you can and do a little bit every day and it'll start to get easier. And I said, so if all you can do is hang, do that. I said, next time you come, jump and let yourself down slowly from the bar. And she's been doing that And, you know, I try to pretend like I'm not looking because I don't want people to think I'm like judging them or whatever, but I'm not. I'm like excited for them. But she's been getting stronger and it's been really cool to see. So I don't think she watches my videos, but if you do, you're killing it, girl. Keep doing it. All right, the next question comes from Kyle Wilson. Hey, Simnett. I noticed your hair looks a lot healthier and it looks like your hair loss has completely stopped compared to old photos of you in your meat eating days. So I was just wondering if you have noticed any changes in your hair loss since going vegan. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting question. It's a bit of a sore spot for me because I am a bit self-conscious about it. But when I must have been about 16, maybe 17, I went on Accutane for my skin, for acne. And it was really early on, and they knew a lot of the side effects. I don't know if they knew all of them. That medication has actually changed a bunch of times since I've taken it. But one of the things that I noticed amongst a bunch of side effects was that my hairline started to go back. Like as soon as I started taking that medication, well, it was maybe about, not as soon as I started taking it, it was about 3 months into it. And I didn't take it for that long. But I noticed that the receding hair, it kept going after I stopped taking it for months and months, and it never changed. It never grew back. I was just stuck with it. So I'll show you guys what I mean. Be nice, because it's like, this is a real sore spot for me. But yeah, you can see like how my hairline goes back like that there. And I'm really self-conscious about it. That's why a lot of the time I wear hats, and sometimes like I try to make sure like it's covered a little bit like that. But interestingly enough, I do feel most confident when my hair is short and I don't feel like I'm covering anything up. So I don't think I'm at the stage of like buzzing my head yet, but I'm sure you guys will let me know when I get there. But I do need a haircut. I want to get it short and just rock my hairline and just put it out there to the world. I don't care. I usually feel really confident about it when my hair is short, but like, you know, when it's long like this and it's kind of like flopping over like Conan, I'm just a little bit more self-conscious about it. So anyways, now you guys know about that. But as far as like hair loss and it progressing and stuff, you know, I don't know. I'm 35 years old and my hair just seems to be consistently getting a little thinner on the top here, not as thick, and maybe the sides going back a little bit, but honestly not a lot has changed since I was like 17 years old and I went on that medication way back. So I don't know. Eating a high antioxidant diet is definitely one of the best things that you can do to, you know, for your health, but also to preserve hair loss. Sure, there's lots of other things that you can do, lots of silica, and make sure you have enough protein and that sort of thing, but so much of it is genetics. All right, now we got that out of the way. Next question is from Matthew Johnson. Next Ask Me Monday, what are the effects of low vitamin B12? I've been vegan for 2 years and have never worried about it. I'm on the lower end in the blood tests, but it's been consistent every time. So the signs and symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency are pretty vague, and they could be confused with symptoms from like a flu, fever, I don't know, blood sugar imbalances, so many different things. So it's things like weakness, tiredness, headaches, heart palpitations, pale skin, short of breath, hello, constipation, diarrhea, weight loss, vision loss, mental problems, memory loss, and then any sort of nerve issues like numbness, tingling, that sort of stuff. And that can be permanent. You do not want to become so deficient in B12 that you get nerve damage. So what happens is B12 helps us to make the myelin sheath around our nerves. And when we don't have enough B12, that sheath starts to get broken down and signals don't get to where they're supposed to be, and bad things can happen. And that can be permanent. So you definitely don't want to be deficient in B12. So if you aren't already supplementing with it and your blood tests keep coming back with you being low in B12, definitely supplement with it. And if you are already supplementing and it keeps coming back low, then maybe try supplementing with something else, like a different type of B12. So if you're using cyanocobalamin, maybe try using methylcobalamin or hydroxycobalamin. And if you tried all those and it's not working, try getting like the injections, and that might help you. We really don't want to be B12 deficient. So get that B12 up there. You know, North America actually has pretty low recommendations for the levels of B12 that we should have. If you go by Japan standards, even more of us would be deficient, because the levels that they want to see in your blood in Japan are much higher than what we've set here for whatever reason. And if you're only getting blood tests for B12, maybe try getting a urine test for it. The MMA urine test is supposed to be more accurate than the blood serum levels of B12. I don't remember. MMA stands for mixed martial arts. Oh no, that's something else. It's like methylmalonic acid or something like that. I don't know, but ask your doctor for MMA B12 urine test. We're getting back towards the waterfall. So much noise. Okay, quickly, last question. Hopefully it's not too noisy for you guys. All right, so this last question comes from Amidst My Dreams. Hey Simnett, I'm working towards becoming fully plant-based. Your videos are so well done, man. From the music to the scenery. I can tell connecting to nature is important to you. It is. Thank you. One question. Do you not believe in food combining rules? The fruit should be eaten alone and on an empty stomach and such. So yeah, as far as food combining goes, you know, I think there's a couple big rules that will probably apply to nearly everybody. And then it's very individual, I think, from there on. I'm sure you guys will have something different to say about food combining in the comments below. Everybody seems to have a different opinion on it. But for me, I just listen to my body. You know, I try to see how I feel after certain meals, how things combine, if I get gas from it, how my elimination is later on that day. And I just keep mental notes of that. And I'm like, okay, those foods didn't work together, or I've been having this food a lot and been getting gas or diarrhea or whatever it is. Should probably not have those two together. So general rules that seem to work for me is like melon on its own. If I try to mix it with stuff, it goes right through me. And then I also try not to mix like fruit and slower digesting complex carbohydrates, because it doesn't seem to work well for me. So if I were to have like a huge bowl of oatmeal, I could have some berries and some fruit on it, but I wouldn't have like a bunch of oatmeal and then wait 20 minutes and have a huge like fruit smoothie, something like that. That wouldn't work well for me. No, you can get pretty crazy like paying attention to all these rules, and I just listen to my body, try and do it as intuitively as I can. You'll learn over time what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Just because it works for somebody else or they have certain rules doesn't mean it has to be exactly how you live your life. Fair enough? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching all the way till the end. Watch for some awesome content coming this week. I filmed like a garden video and I don't know whether I should put it up because it's kind of like off topic to the stuff that I usually have on my channel. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see the garden video? I already have it all filmed. I can put it up. It's about making a garden box, type of soil I use, what I'm planting, that sort of stuff. So let me know. It won't be my best video ever, but it's a pretty cool one. All right guys, so I'm honored to be doing this for you guys. Thank you so much for helping to give me this voice. Don't forget to like the video if you did. See you guys in a few days with another video. Oh my gosh, guys, you will never believe I forgot to put the memory card in the drone, and it doesn't take the same size one as my camera. So I'm so sorry guys. I was really looking forward to taking some drone footage here, but maybe that's the universe telling me, hey, leave the drone grounded today because you don't want it to go in the waterfall. So hope you guys enjoy the footage anyways.